Yeah. And what else? What other mistakes do people
Yeah.
make?
So another mistake I see oftentimes is in a, you know, buying a creative in general. You can't really buy on price alone. That would be a mistake, because I always say that a marketing video to a business is like an outfit to a person. And so as a person, you would wear appropriate outfit depending on location, or where you're going. If you go to the beach, you probably will not wear a tuxedo. And so with the video, it's the same thing. So depending on where you want to place your ad, you probably want to think of the value. If you are looking to advertise through TikTok, then maybe a UGC TikTok video for $500 would be great. It's not really a problem. But if you're looking to place your ad on, maybe connected TV, that's not going to cut it. You probably would need somewhere starting with $15,000 or $20,000 for a good production, with a script, great actors, and a whole new or a whole different production value, so that the audience will actually perceive your brand in a way that would make a move, essentially, in some way.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure people make a lot of mistakes, but what is the next common mistake?
Yeah, so I would say that not really considering service providers' portfolio. And there's another extreme that I see as well, is when brands reach out and they request a portfolio, and maybe even service provider worked in a niche in general, but they don't have that specific product yet. And the brand wants to see, basically, the request they put out there is almost like they all want to see a video that they want already produced for somebody else. And if they don't see that example, they give up on the service provider. So I would say, to be fair, it is important for any agency or any media service provider to have something similar produced, of course, because let's say if I'm great at making videos for electronics, but let's say there's like a party supply brand that may need a different skill set, essentially, for production. Yeah, that would be something to consider. But if I produce electronics, I just haven't shot that particular piece of electronics, but I have a range of other videos, then I would recommend not to give up on that service provider and see if that's something they could do. Because again, brands sometimes, the worst enemy is analysis by paralysis, because you can talk to many agencies and not find somebody who shot your particular product. So then you have to select the ones that have an experience in your niche. That's for sure.
Yeah. Analysis paralysis, obviously. The best way to, there is an old story. In the very early days of the internet, there was this visionary entrepreneur whose idea was to sell cars on the internet. And his idea was for people to come to a website and search by make and model and year and accessories and things like that. And but the fundamental concept was, will people buy cars on the web? He had no idea. So they said to him, oh, you need to hold focus groups, and you need to, and then of course, building the technology, building this is a lot of money. So you know what he did? He said, I'm not gonna spend so much money doing the studying and the focus groups. So what he did, he paid somebody a few $1,000s to put up a website that had all the bells and whistles that looked as if the website was for searching a car and buying it. So he puts out a little campaign, spends a few dollars to drive some traffic. Guess what? Somebody placed an order. He said, that's it. People will buy cars on the web. I don't have to do any focus groups, no, nothing. He was the direct evidence by doing something. Now, did he deliver? Of course not, because the website was just bells and whistles. When you clicked submit, it looked like it gave an order, but there was no order, there was no nothing. So the best way to learn really something that matters is to do it. You can only, that doesn't mean jump right in, but at some point you have to say, that's it, let's get some experience, and then we can at least have a pretty good idea of what people will do. So, okay, so let's jump right into media production. So give us your take on what is the best way to go about producing videos that will increase ROI.
For sure. So we can transition with this to